All right, welcome back to CFP Talks. Again, this is the second part with Sam. And by the way, I haven't even Schmenk is how you pronounce your last name, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know people get my last name wrong all the time, as you could probably imagine. Um, so I wanted to make sure I got that before I introduced you for this second part of the episode. We just talked about your CFP journey, which was awesome. Really great conversation there. I want to hear a little bit about your career, what you do, and how you think this is going to kind of change or shape the trajectory of your career. So you told us a little bit about your career and where you're at in the first episode. Just as a refresher, tell us what you do, the firm you work at, and just a little bit about that role and what kind of snowball from there.
Yep. So I'm a paraplanner at GGM Financial here in Columbus, Ohio. Uh, so basically what I do is, meeting prep for advisors, try to come up with, different scenarios and recommendations for our clients, what's in their best interest, fiduciary duty, all of that. And I've been here for about seven months now. And they have a career trajectory of, paraplanner. Hopefully you can pass your CFP and then, eventually work your way up to becoming an advisor.
So you're working, so how big is your firm, by the way? Is it a couple of partners and then some associates and client service reps, or is this like a pretty big RIA with, 20, 30 advisors and you're working with like a few specific ones?
So we have about 12 employees, I think four partners. Um, we have two to three paraplanners on staff and about, anywhere from three to four client service associates and then about two staff advisors as well. So it's a medium-sized firm here in Columbus.
Hmm. And so there's a couple other Sams on the team. And I'm guessing that is something that is an associate like role, and the path for that is to become an advisor at the firm.
Yeah, basically, the paraplanner position is something you can get straight out of college, beginner role, and really just learning as much as you can. Between starting this position and studying for the CFP, the amount I've learned in 7 months is it's insane, honestly. Um, so, hopefully I can do this, for a few more years and continue to learn, continue to build up confidence, and then, the career trajectory is to become an advisor. Yeah.
Did you know you wanted to do this? Obviously, you took the CFP courses at Ohio State. Um, like when did you know you wanted to get into wealth management and also specifically work at an RIA? Like how did you get exposed to this world of specifically the financial services industry?
So as far as like exposed to the world, my dad's actually an advisor.
Okay. Is at
So
at this firm or a different
no,
firm?
no,
Okay.
different firm.
Okay.
Back in my hometown, about 2 hours north of here.
Okay.
So it was
Where's
always
that, by the way? Where's that?
Ottawa, Ohio.
Ottawa, Ohio? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
small town.
Hmm.
But yeah, so he's over there. And so that it was always in like kind of the back of my head. But I went into college as a marketing major. I wanted to get into like social media marketing.
Hmm.
Um, and then I really thought about the career of financial planning in general, like my sophomore year of college, and I heard about the CFP program. And when I heard about that program, I was all in at Ohio State. I met, a lot more people by making the switch, was way more involved on campus, and hopefully, in the long run, it was the right decision, and so far, it's looking like it.
What stuff were you involved with at the college? I'm just curious.
We have like a student financial planning association. So I don't know if
Okay.
yeah, so like the national chapter,
Yeah.
they have that, but then some of these colleges have student FPA, which I was, a member of that organization. I was also a part of FinServe Foundation. It's a mentorship program that Jamie Hopkins started. Um, and other licensings that I took while in school. I passed my property and casualty insurance license as well as my SIE FINRA exam. So I just don't think I would have, put myself out there as much if I would have stayed in marketing versus, making the switch to financial planning and specializing in new, there's certain things I could do to put myself ahead.
Like when you say like specializing, and you said that twice now. One the once was on the last episode, and now it's the second time. When you say specialize, like, do you mean I specialize in planning as opposed to just being an investment guy? Or do you mean like you want to specialize in a specific part of planning, such as proactive tax, estate, income, what social security, whatever it is? Like, is there a specific niche that you want to specialize in?
No, to be honest, I kind of meant that as far as like my college like degree. Like people get marketing degrees and it can
Got it.
mean, there's probably like 50 marketing jobs out there versus if you go into financial planning, it's still like a
It's a
very,
niche. It's a niche. It's
yeah,
not just finance, and then it's like, okay, you can go into anything in finance. You're like, all right, I studied business, but I specifically studied financial planning.
exactly, exactly. It was just specialization, and I think that was, the best opportunity for me in order to get a job after graduation and an internship as well.
Oh, absolutely. So on the job now. So now you took it in November. You've had it for a couple months now. Has anything changed in regards to how you go about your daily responsibilities, or the conversations that you may, I don't know if you're having, if you're part of the client relationship yet. But has anything changed in terms of how your responsibilities and the conversations that you're having after passing the CFP? Do you feel like more confident? Are you using different verbiage, like anything different?
I that's kind of a tough question. I think the advisors probably, uh, I don't know. I think it gives me more maybe credibility for the advisors. Maybe they just because they knew, the work I put in and how many hours I spent studying for this exam and end up passing it. So that's been helpful. I've definitely seen, the workload increase a little bit, but with I know this is like a busy time of year for all advisors as well. So I think the advisors trust me more is, short answer long or long
Yeah.
answer short.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Um, and like what type of planning like have you been exposed to that you're like, all right, that was really helpful to have a CFP and to kind of learn a little bit about that. It could be again, Medicare, Social Security, estimated taxes. Like, are there specific things where you're like, I didn't even know that existed, or I didn't know what that was until I took the CFP, and now that I did, I'm able to at least hold my own in a conversation, whether it's internally with a partner or externally with a client. Like for me, I'll just give you an example. Like any Medicare conversations, any Social Security conversations, any tax stuff, and especially estate. So pretty much half the exam, honestly. Um, um, anything in those areas, obviously I knew I was aware of them, but could I really speak to, you know, some of the nuances with them? Honestly, I would say definitely not. After I took the CFP, I'm like, oh, now I can at least have a conversation. And if I don't know what the answer is, I can at least know where to get that answer, or I'll know kind of in the realm of where to find it. Do you find that, is that something you're experiencing well with your job and with your clients?
Yeah, I mean that's a good point, definitely. And for me, just because I came straight out of school, with no industry experience, it was all new to me, to
Yeah.
be completely honest. You know, I took the classes at Ohio State, but as far as um, some of this in-depth estate planning stuff that you get taught on the CFP, it's next level compared to those classes. And so yeah, I think that would be my answer as far as, it was all new. You know, definitely
Yeah.
see the benefit of it all for sure. There's definitely times where I go back to my textbooks for reference if I'm, looking at things, work related even.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I'll kind of get you out of here on this. Like, where do you hope that it takes you? Obviously, you've been exposed to the industry for a while with, your family. Um, like what's your kind of goal, and do you see that the CFP is going to help power you there?
Yeah, my goal is to continue right now, just continue to learn as much as I can. I can't actually use the marks for another two
That's
years.
right. That's right.
Yeah, which
Does the
you know,
college experience count? Like, do they count the classes as experience or no? So it's
no,
only like on job. Okay.
yeah, so like my internship counted,
Okay.
so that counts. But like I said, I still have 2 more years in order to use the marks. So right now I'm, continue to study and just sit behind these advisors. They're great. They do very comprehensive planning. Just
Good.
continue to learn as much as I can, and hopefully, after I get the marks, we'll see where I'm at, and hopefully I can become an advisor.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you hopping on, Sam. Um, Obviously, congratulations on passing the exam. That's a huge accomplishment, especially, at such a young age and early stage in your career. It's good to have this conversation. I appreciate all your knowledge. Is there anything you kind of want to, you look like you kind of want to say something. If it's go Bucks, just hold it. But is there anything you kind of want to get out there or have us or anybody know about you, or a piece of advice before we kind of sign off here?
So for future people studying for the exam, believe in yourself, believe you can pass the exam, focus on your routine, hammer those flashcards, and hopefully you get the marks on exam day.
All right, perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you hopping on. We will absolutely stay in touch and we'll talk soon. Thanks, Sam.
Yep, thank you.